Say what you need to say.
I mean, what do I need to say? Hey, I'm having a great time here. My name is Aashish Gandhi. I am the cinematographer on David In L.A. We are using the Red Epic M digital cinema camera. It is the newest addition to the Red family after the Red 1. And it is a pretty top-notch piece of equipment. Several major motion pictures coming out, including the next Spider-Man. I've already shot on this. And rather unfortunately, the next Total Recall.
Well, fundamentally, it could be ready by 2020. I mean, it'll be really expensive, but imagine the implication.
Yeah, can we talk about something else?
Well, it's a larger sensor, so best way to think of it is you use more of the lens. It's capable of higher resolution. The Red 1 was 4K, the Red Mysterium X was 4.5K, and this one is a full 5K. And a full 5K sensor will leave you with a 4K image once you go through a certain amount of digital processing. It's a smaller camera. The Red 1 was about yay big, and it's capable of up to 300 frames a second, where the first one could do 100. So we can get some nice slow-mo stuff. I like that it's small. It's much lighter than the first one, and much lighter than a lot of the digital cinema cameras that have come out before. Creates a gorgeous image at 24 frames, and then I can do high speed easily. The image has great depth and clarity to it that even the Red 1 didn't have, and a lot of the other digital cinema cameras before this did not have. And also the sensitivity. The light sensitivity of this is easily an ASA 800, and they say you can do 1000, 1200 easily, and it looks fantastic at all those settings.
Dude, get out of my car!
Go, please drive! Just let me just drive, please!
What's that?
Well, normally I think most people, when they shoot these webisodes, would shoot them on either a Canon 5D or 7D, or maybe something like an EX1, EX3, some people HVX 200s. This is my personal camera, and since you guys are all friends of mine, I've decided to bring it on. Also, I just purchased it, and I'd like to kind of see how far I can take it. It kind of makes life, in some ways, more difficult. You're dealing with something that shoots at a much higher data rate, so you guys need to buy more drives and bigger drives. But the flip side is it makes life easier because it's more capable. It doesn't need as much light, it doesn't have weird motion artifacts, it has better color, so when you're doing special effects, when you're doing green screen, any sort of that kind of thing, this kind of camera can make all the difference. When you're doing handheld, it'll look better and more natural. So it's actually been kind of a real pleasure to work with that way. It's a case where, well, you know, we're lucky we have this Kino Flow here, but I think the primary plan was built around lights we can buy at IKEA or Home Depot, or, you know, any number of places that are easily available and cheap. So having a camera that can do more for you makes that end easier. And for me, the lighting is very important. So I want it to look good, but I knew we wouldn't have maybe the greatest number of quote-unquote professional tools available. Well, since the Red Epic is a brand new product, there are certain features that are not currently enabled. So one of the ones that is a little bit of a pain in the ass is the ability to play back footage that we've just shot. It's simply due to the fact that this camera is new and they're working out other kinks first, and to do so would require a tremendous amount of processor time and space. So they say it's going to come. Otherwise, workflow-wise, this is the same as the Red ones. Anyone who's worked with those is that you shoot, in this case, you shoot to an SSD, a card, solid-state drive, and then you have to load it into your computer and look at it, usually in a program called Red CineX. And what you're looking at is what's called a raw image. It's an image that doesn't have full color value assigned to each pixel. So you need to process the image, or what they call debayer it. That can be a little bit of an intimidating process. I tell people, if they don't have access to certain professional equipment and they're going to do this on their home computer, to schedule 3-4 days for a short of just their computer doing nothing but going through footage and debayering it to a form that is easy to edit. The web has become a repository for short films, music videos, and little things people make that used to go on TV and into broadcasting to cable. So this kind of quality is actually, I think, becoming part of the game. So. Now, it might be overkill for porn, but you can always punch in. That's another nice thing about this camera, actually.